Do you know that your brain is actually active while you're sleeping? Yep. Hey guys, welcome to Uncomplicate Health, the show where we do just that, uncomplicate your health. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the types of sleep and how they are important for your health and well-being. Let's dive right in. Yes, there are two types of sleep. One is the sleep where your body and brain are resting. Very obvious, right? You're sleeping, you're supposed to be resting. And then there is the other type of sleep where your brain is very active, but your body is sleeping. The first part where everything is resting is called the NREM sleep. The one where your brain is active is called the REM sleep. NREM typically means non-REM, that's it. And REM means rapid eye movement, which signals that if we put some sensors on your skull and see how the brain is active, it's very, very active during this REM sleep. Now, what's going on here? So remember, there are two functions for sleep. There are many functions, but two main functions for sleep. One is rest. Very obvious, right? If we're sleeping, we need to be resting. The second function is actually repairing and restoring the body. Now, this is a very important part of sleep and one that plays a huge role in prevention and wellness, and therefore in staying healthy for a very long time. Now, what is this? Now, when you're having this NREM sleep, all of your body, including your brain, is resting. We're very clear with that. Now, during the day, you would have seen a lot of things, right? But you may not have paid attention to it. You would have heard a lot of sounds. Your ears has sent a lot of information. Anything that it hears, it is sending to the brain. But you may not have paid attention. So during the night when you're sleeping, and typically during REM sleep when the brain is active, is when all of this goes from the short-term memory where it was all temporarily stored to the long-term memory. So it is kind of the brain cleaning itself up and freeing up space. Yeah. And if this doesn't happen, then the space which is supposed to store temporary information keeps getting clogged, and therefore you won't feel fresh if you don't get enough REM sleep. Same way you've probably exercised during the day. You may have done 45 minutes to an hour of exercise, but a large part of the muscle building actually happens when you're sleeping. If you have dreams during REM sleep, it is very likely that you will remember them when you wake up in the morning. For a little bit. You may not remember it forever, but for a little bit, because like anything else, it is going into your memory and it is, pieces of information that you saw, something which is already there in your memory. All of this gets mismatched because we are not in control of that experience. It's just the brain doing what it does best. So that's what the dreams are. If you have dreams during the NREM sleep, it's not very common, but if you do, it is unlikely that you will remember those dreams because your brain was sleeping. So these are the two types or two forms of sleep. So typically our sleep starts with NREM sleep. Now NREM itself has 4 stages. We don't have to go into details of that, but NREM sleep is when your brain starts to wind down and slowly you drift off into deep sleep. After about an hour and a half is when you are sleeping but the brain wakes up and the REM sleep starts. Your brain activity starts to be very, very strong. So this is where the repair function starts to happen. This happens for a little bit, typically about 20-25 minutes to about 30-35 minutes, sometimes longer, sometimes lesser, and then your brain goes back into sleep. That is the NREM sleep. And then again after some time, the REM sleep comes in. So typically this cycle keeps going round and round, and when you wake up, if you've had at least 25% of REM sleep, then you will be active and fresh through the day, which means the repair function has happened enough. 25% of sufficient sleep. You can't say 25% of 1 hour. It's not going to obviously solve the problem, right? So if you had sufficient sleep and if you had enough REM sleep, then your repair function has happened well, and therefore you tend to be fresh the next day. So I hope you understood when your brain is active while you're sleeping and why that part of sleep is very important for your health and well-being. In another episode, we'll talk about the hormones that affect sleep, and then we'll talk about how to conquer these hormones and therefore sleep better. If you like what you hear and see, please like and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I will come back with another episode and again uncomplicate health for you. See you soon. Bye bye.